Rhea and Rory. Welcome to our show.
This is our review of the mid-season premiere. Finally,
Yay! I know, so exciting. Everyone I know has been waiting with bated breath for this to come on tonight. And it was so great. They picked up right at the prison, right where it left off. Poor Rick, I forgot what a horrible mess he was in. He was like hobbling, holding his stomach. I know, he looked terrible. Carl was in the lead. They kind of disgusted with him.
I know. They were a bad pair.
I know. And Daryl, he's my main man again. He wasn't
all right. Daryl shirt.
I know. He even got a new shirt for Daryl, my main man. But next week, we saw in the previews he's going to be on, so that's okay. But that's good. So Michonne was there. So we got a lot of Carl, Rick, and Michonne tonight.
Yes, a little trio, and it was nice that it started right where they left off.
I know. I liked that a lot.
The best moment for me was the zombie Herschel head.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I know. It was so crazy seeing it there on the ground. One last glimpse of Herschel. I knew Michonne was going to...
I know. That was obviously very hard for her. You could see how it was hard for her, but it was, for the audience, it was awesome. So.
Yeah, I couldn't watch, but I knew it was coming, so I shut my eyes.
You can trust me. It was awesome.
Okay, I'll believe you. So, when she was luring those two guys over to the spikes, I wasn't sure what she was doing first. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to make pets out of them. Because, that's what she does. Reverts back to what worked for her.
Yeah, in the Talking Dead, she was talking about living her default setting.
Yes.
And it was really true. And it was cool because I like having pets in the zombie apocalypse. I think that's nifty.
Hey, well, it did work. It keeps her safe, and she's pretty smart. And if you're on your own, you've got to be, inventive and do what you can do to survive. So she definitely did. Yeah. So Carl and Rick, they make it to that diner, and man, that zombie, he was scary.
Like
I know, he had this big old head, and
he was just huge.
He was huge. He was a big guy. So anyway, but that's good.
And Rick was like, I got it.
Oh yeah, the axe.
You don't have it, man.
Yeah, Carl had to give it straight to him a few times.
Yeah, he certainly did, especially when he was passed out on the couch and he really laid it.
Yeah, I think it was good Rick didn't hear that one.
And I think it was good for Carl that he got to say it.
I think it was, yeah, that was good. So anyway, yes, they do. They make it to a house. It was cute to see Carl up in that teenage bedroom and see all that stuff, so that was kind of fun. I kept thinking a zombie or something was going to happen there because he was, up there by himself and the door shut, and I'm like, oh no, something's going to happen. It didn't there, but man, he did have his adventures. Later on.
Certainly did. Yeah, after telling his dad he didn't need him, he kind of found out maybe going solo's a little bit harder than that.
Maybe I do need, a helping hand now and again. But it was so funny when he cussed at his dad. Didn't like
I know, he's like, watch your mouth. And and Carl's like, seriously?
I know.
These are our problems.
Yeah.
Me cursing. I don't think so.
No. But that was pretty scary. I don't know if Rick kind of went into a little coma or what that was, but that was kind of scary for a while there. But then Carl ventured out on his own. Well, first because those ladies were banging on the door.
Yeah.
And he got into a little trouble with them. Had to scramble out, got trampled on.
And then the zombie that wouldn't die still isn't dead. It's just like demonic or something. I don't know.
That's right. When he was eating the pudding, the arm was out the window still. I know, that was crazy.
But I like the note he wrote on the door. He got my shoe, but he didn't get me. That was cute.
But I was thinking, what are you going to do without two shoes? You guys are like on foot. But maybe up in that teenage bedroom, maybe there'll be a pair of shoes.
Maybe there's a pair of shoes. What do? You eat 112 ounces of pudding.
Yeah, that's what you do. I guess so. Yeah, well, that can of pudding, that brought Michonne to them. But before she had her adventures with her little pets.
Her adventures with her pets, and also the dream sequence kind of flashbacky thing was cool too.
That was neat. She had a baby. We didn't know that.
She was all cultured and fancy.
I know. I wasn't even sure. I was fast forwarding, and I thought it was a commercial still.
I know. Like, whoa, that's a shot.
I know. And so then we had to run it back. That was kind of funny. So yes, and then it explained who the first two guys were because we weren't sure. Before I thought maybe they were brothers.
You could tell they had a connection. I didn't assume lover. But you could tell they had a connection.
There it was. So yeah. So anyway, so then when she was with that whole pile of water, she saw that other lady with the dreads, and I don't know. At first I thought, is that like
she had to be somebody?
Somebody, a sister, or did it just remind her that could be her if she wasn't careful?
It could have been either one. Either way, the scene where she killed
my gosh, she was a badass
in like a minute.
I know, total badass. We love Michonne. Yeah, so that was really cool. So then and then she even killed her own little pets and was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I gotta, put my big girl panties on now, get rid of these pets.
But we saw her cry like 2 or 3 times. This was like, you had feelings.
When she saw and found Carl calling Rick through the window. That was so awesome.
That was cute.
And that was cute how she knocked on the door, and then Rick looked out and he told Carl the door was clean. That was really sweet.
Yeah, it was
there
cute.
at the end. And I was glad because Rick and Carl kind of made up.
Yeah, I mean, Rick said, Carl, you're a man. And that was really what Carl needed to hear.
That was what he needed to
he's
hear.
not a little boy.
No, he's not.
He's not a little boy. Granted, I don't think he's ready to venture on his own all the time, but he needed to hear from his dad that he's a man.
Yeah, he did. That was really neat. So, yeah, so our Zombie Walk of Hall of Fame, our Zombie Walker Hall of Fame, or whatever it is, tonight is, of course, Herschel's head.
Herschel's head.
There. And then
Frankenstein diner.
Frankenstein in the diner. The two ladies at the door, they were pretty funny looking. The guy
pets,
hadn't died. Yeah, the pet.
Of course, the guy that wouldn't die.
The guy that wouldn't die. So, yeah, there was actually a lot of really good walkers tonight.
Yeah,
even in that whole field with Michonne, they were really neat. And it was fun on the commercials. They were showing all sorts of Dead Yourself commercials. So I thought that was cute. So Dead Yourself. Send us your pics. We want to see. We'll retweet them out if you tweet them to us. And leave us comments in the comments below. We'll see you next week. We're so excited to be back.
Bye.
Thanks.